Hi everyone and good Wednesday morning, it's Eric here. I thought I'd do a quick video blog, hopefully it'll be pretty quick, on the upcoming weather. Of course, our big change really kicked in last night as the colder air pushed in. This cold's going to come in waves, with probably the most intense cold coming in about a week, during the middle of next week. But we also have a little snow to talk about over the next few days, so let's get right to what's going on this morning. And yeah, it's cold. It's not crazy cold or anything, but we have temperatures here as we go through the 9 o'clock hour in the lower 30s. Let me make our temperatures a little bit bigger here so they're easier to see. Got a 30 at the airport. It's 30 in many reporting locations in Ohio and western Pennsylvania this morning. It's even colder off to our north and west, of course, as you would expect. You know, a lot of single digits and teens up there. But after kind of a gloomy day yesterday, boy, it was dark and clammy yesterday, we've got some sunshine this morning. Now, if you look carefully, it may be a little hard to see. Off to our west, we do have some cloudiness working through parts of northwest Ohio, northern Ohio. I think that's going to work in this afternoon, and so this afternoon will not be quite as bright and sunny as this morning. Still quiet up along the lake shore in western New York for the time being, but that'll change. I think there's going to be quite a lake effect bonanza up here, and the National Weather Service does have a lake effect snow warning out for parts of southwest New York. Even winter storm watch is close, as nearby as Erie, Pennsylvania. So if anybody's traveling, if you're going up 11 and catching 90 and then heading across 90 through Erie up into the Buffalo area in southwest New York, things are going to go downhill, it looks like, later today, tonight, and into tomorrow night as well. I'll talk about the accumulations up there in just a second. All right, as far as our weather goes, again, we get a little bit of cloudiness in here today. No big deal there. I think tomorrow we have a somewhat better chance of seeing a couple of snowflakes. Now, it's a little hard to see here on the GFS model, but our wind tomorrow, both aloft and down here at the surface, is a little more westerly tomorrow. Instead of like today, it's like southwesterly. And so tomorrow, with more of a westerly fetch off of Lake Erie, a couple of snow showers are going to try to migrate down into Ashtabula County, Crawford County, Geauga County, and I can't even rule out as far south as Kinsman and Mespo and Greenville, kind of that the northern fringes of our main viewing area. Can't rule out you get a few snow showers or a few flurries tomorrow afternoon. Not looking for much, if any, accumulation up there. All right, Friday's a calm day. It's a fairly sunny day. Then as we go into the weekend, this is our day to pay attention to. This is Saturday. It's a Saturday in December. A lot of people are heading to the malls. A lot of people are traveling. And we have the holiday concert, the Feed Our Valley holiday concert. Derek, Leslie, Dana, and myself will be up at that at the Eastwood Mall from noon to 3 on Saturday. Seems like it always wants to snow the day of the holiday concert, and this year is no exception. The morning is fine on Saturday. I think it's going to start to snow around lunchtime into the first part of the afternoon. This is a pretty classic-looking Alberta Clipper system coming through. And what we mean by that is it's a fast mover. It'll come, it'll do its dirty work, and then it'll leave, and we'll be left with more of a lake effect regime late Saturday night into Sunday. But this is more of a general snow Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Not lake effect, more of a general snow. Now, most Alberta Clipper systems do not bring real heavy snow, and this will be the case as well. You know, here's one of our models. Here's the GFS showing snow accumulations through Sunday morning, and I think this generally has the right idea. You know, we're going to start talking about numbers in our TV forecasts either this evening or tomorrow, but I think, you know, you see a lot of 1s and 2s here. I think a general 1 to 3 inches is pretty likely out of the Clipper. Now, that doesn't sound like, you know, the most snow in the world, but impacts are what we want to emphasize. And I think the roads are going to turn slick, or at least untreated roads are going to turn slick, particularly as we head towards sunset on Saturday. A lot of the afternoon it'll snow lightly, but it's still the daylight hours. Road surface temperatures won't be crazy cold, so the snow may have a hard time sticking to treated surfaces initially. But by the evening, a little bit concerned about some slippery travel across the region on Saturday. And I think a general 1 to 3 is pretty likely. Now, we could get some bonus snow in the lake effect regions later Saturday night into Sunday. Again, it's more of a lake effect regime by then. So here's Sunday's map right here, Sunday morning. This is more of a lake effect setup. And so in parts of Trumbull and Mercer especially, you could get an additional small accumulation of snow out of lake effect. But the main Clipper, I think, is a 1 to 3 inch kind of a deal. Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. Boy, is the cold here to stay, though. You know, I think we have a cold, blustery day coming up on Sunday. We rebound into the mid-30s on Monday, and then I think the most intense cold comes in behind our next Arctic front Monday night. And this could be another, you know, tricky situation on the roads Monday night into Tuesday morning with our next Clipper coming down. We could have some snow showers and squalls and some rapidly changing conditions, and Tuesday morning could be a little bit tricky. And then behind that, yeah, that's the coldest of the air for a few days during the middle and perhaps latter portions of next week. I think the air mass is going to modify as we get closer to Christmas. It doesn't look like a real warm pattern as we get closer to the holiday, but it doesn't look as intensely cold either. So, way too early to start talking about a white Christmas or any snow on Christmas or anything like that. But speaking in generalities, I do think that Christmas is unlikely to be as cold as the air mass that we're going to have for a lot of the next week to 10 days. That's the way things look now. I'll have another look at the longer range this evening on Weather for Weather Geeks. And don't forget to check out my forecast this evening on 21 News at 6 and 11. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.